stopping by. It's Laurie Bly DIY, and today I have this super cute gnome treetop 3-tiered tray. One heck of a tongue twister. And I also have some cute little mushrooms that go along with it. I did buy most of the supplies at the Dollar Tree. I will list everything below. And also, if you would like to be part of my YouTube family, I would love to have you. So please don't forget to click that subscribe button.
To begin, we're going to use a plastic charger plate, a 10-inch serving tray with butternut colored spray paint, and a 7.5-inch glass plate with forest green spray paint. And you just spray them both on each side and let them dry. The faux wooden charger measures 13 inches, so I measured 6.5 inches to the center and made a little dot. Once you know where the center is of your charger, it's then easy to place your little gnome in the correct spot. So I just took some E6000 and I put a generous amount on his bottom. Finding the little dot on the charger, you just place your gnome right directly in the center. And I spun the tray around just to make sure he was exactly where I wanted him to be. You're then going to take your moss and your Mod Podge, and we're going to use the Mod Podge to attach it around the base of the gnome. You're going to place a generous amount of Mod Podge around the base of the gnome, and this is where you'll attach the moss. Be sure to tuck the moss tightly to the gnome's body. And once you've completed this step, just allow it to dry completely. I'm using the 6-inch heavyweight clear glass from the Dollar Tree. I would suggest using something heavyweight so it can support the weight of the tray. And now we're just going to use our E6000 and place it around the rim of the glass. After placing the glue around the rim, you're going to carefully slide it over your gnome, making sure that all the moss is tucked tightly under the glass. I did continue to hold it down, and then off camera I actually placed a heavy object on top of it and left it there until it was completely dry. I then followed the exact same instructions, measuring the center of the 10-inch tray, and then using my E6000 to attach the gnome onto the little center dot. I once again turned the tray around just to make sure he was completely centered. And then I used my Mod Podge to attach the moss, once again making sure that it was tucked tightly to the gnome's body. You can always place the glass over the gnome to be sure that none of the moss is sticking out, because if it is, you won't get a tight seal when you place the glass down onto the tray. And look how cute they both look as the bases for the 3-tiered tray. I found a package of really cute 3D butterfly stickers at the Dollar Tree and thought they'd make a cute accent. So I just decided which one I wanted to use, and I placed one on each of the gnomes. This is completely optional, but I just thought it added a cute little accent. Attaching the bottom tray to the middle tray, I used a generous amount of E6000 and just placed it completely over the top part of the glass. I took the middle tray and made sure that it sat completely centered on the lower glass. I spun the trays around to make sure the top tray was completely centered on the bottom, and I just adjusted it to make sure they were perfectly centered. To add the top tray to this gnome treetop, I simply added more E6000 on the top of the glass and then simply placed the last 7-inch plate onto the very top, making it look like it's a gnome tree. And here you can see what it looks like when it's completed. How cute are those little gnomes? For the mushroom project, I chose a dark blue and gray, a yellow, and a red. I thought that would be pretty cute for the mushroom colors. And I found these at the Dollar Tree, but they were kind of busted up and they were the only two that they had. So I figured I would change them up and make them cute for the gnome tray. I found a package of little circle Velcro dots that I'm going to use as accents on top of the mushrooms. I used the Dollar Tree Jute that comes 3 in a package, and I simply put a little dab of hot glue and started wrapping the jute. Adding the hot glue when I needed it, I didn't completely cover the base in hot glue, but just added a little here and there to make sure that the jute stayed secure. After I covered the bases of both the mushrooms, I then painted the tops. I chose red for one and yellow for the other. I opted to leave the under part of the mushroom the original porcelain white, but you could paint it if you choose. I split the package of Velcro dots and I painted 1/2 the dark blue and 1/2 the dark gray. Once they were dry, all there was left to do was decorate the tops of the mushrooms. I decided to use the dark gray for the top of the red mushroom and the navy blue for the top of the yellow. And these Velcro dots are super sticky, so they will never come off of your mushroom. And I just randomly placed them on in whatever pattern I wanted to make it look like a real mushroom. These make a super cute addition to your gnome treetop 3-tiered tray. I know the little gnomes are going to love their mushrooms. I hope you do too. Please click that subscribe button. Come back soon so we can hang out together. Bye everybody.